Hey everyone, it's DOS time, and this time around we are continuing Alter Ego. On last episode, we were almost in a porn. We killed ourselves. We then helped a friend of ours kill himself. So very, very eventful last episode. Anyway, I did go back and I reloaded and went back to that apartment scene that we had, the shady apartment. Anyway, if you stay there, of course, he's making porno movies. He doesn't actually rape or kill you. And then beats the crap out of you when you're unable to perform in the porno. And I'm not joking. You then run away, and then you can tell, like, the police or tell your parents. If you tell your parents or go get the police, either one, they go to his apartment, and he's not there anymore. Anyway, really not that overall eventful or funny, so I didn't, go ahead and record that part. But anyway, that's what happened. I found out also, over here, this is our relationship thing. We can actually meet someone and get into a relationship, and this is how you actually marry someone in the end. So we're going to meet somebody over here. We're going to meet somebody in school. Who would you like to meet? We have a large list of names here. How about, Ruth McDougal? Any Hey Arnold fan will know what that's from. Let's go with Henrietta. You've chosen to meet with Henrietta. Her characteristics may be described as the following. She's not very trustworthy, not very gentle, not very calm, she's very happy, she's moderately confident, she's moderately attractive. Well, sounds like someone that you could easily get along with. You choose what you believe to be the appropriate time and place to ask her for a date. And you ask for a date, and she accepts. So, now we can actually go on a date with her. You and Harry spent the evening watching television upstairs in your room, and it's quiet at night, and the two of you snuggle up close to each other's arms and begin to nap. You are disturbed from your peaceful sleep by the sound of birds chirping outside the window. You open your eyes and realize you have fallen asleep for 6 hours. It's 4:37 a.m., and Henrietta's father would will have a fit if he ever caught you bringing his daughter home this late. What will you do? Let's try to sneak her into the house. Or we can go over or face them here now. Tell her she's on her own and she shouldn't have fallen asleep. Well, that's just an ass. That'd be the end of that relationship right there. Henrietta's father is asleep on the couch directly facing the door. He has obviously been waiting for you two to arrive, and you notice while he is snoring the massive size of his mouth. What? He is wearing paisley pajama bottoms, and a large belly is heaving up and down as he breathes. You and Henrietta are frozen in panic, but she has to make a move soon. She tries to tiptoe past him. She has only 3 feet to go until she reaches the stairs. Snort, snort, snort. He rolls over on the couch and sinks deeper into dreamland. The next day, Henrietta claims to have been late, but not that late. Her father fell asleep at 12:30, so he was no way able to check on her. Well, that's good at least. We can go steady. You and Henrietta are making a handsome couple. Okay, let's move on a little bit, and we'll see what happens with this relationship, if anything transpires within our normal relationships. All your friends are skipping class, and they want you to come along. Yes, skip class. Your status on the trustworthiness characteristics suggests that you are not the type of person who does this sort of thing frequently. As a result, you experience no negative emotional consequences except for the slight decrease of your calmness characteristics. Since you're so trustworthy, an action like this is bound to make you a little nervous about getting caught. Okay, so nothing really there. Go over here. Some of your friends are going to the city this weekend to get tattooed. Interested? Get a tattoo. Jimmy the Pen runs the tattoo shop. There are a table full of needles in front of you. Let's get a tattoo. What kind of tattoo you want? Mother inside a red heart, skull and crossbones, a bald eagle. Let's gotta go with skull and crossbones, right? Tattoo is even more painful than you imagine it would be. You must leave the bandage on until it becomes a scab for a few days. It oozes blood. Tell your parents about it. Avoid telling your parents about it. A tattoo can be hidden for a while, but not indefinitely. Eventually, your mother sees it and fails to appreciate its artistic merit. She becomes upset over the tattoo, but even more upset over the fact that you didn't tell her about it. Sure, she would have been upset just the same, but not as much as she is now. Well, too bad. A close friend of yours has been showing up everywhere drunk lately. Although he seems to function well at his after-school job, people are beginning to talk about him. Concerned. Do nothing if he has a drinking problem. That's his worry. We'll try to help him out. He denies that he has a problem. Insists that he does. He gets angry and calls you names. Keep insisting. Your concern for your friend is admirable. It shows that you are sensitive to the amount of danger that he's in. Unfortunately, there is no way to help people like this. Denial is one of the strongest defenses alcoholics have on their side. If he ever chooses to get straightened down, it will have to come from himself. Exactly. That's the only way that, that's going to work. You are hanging around at your friend's house. There's nobody home but you and he. Your friend goes into his parents' bedroom and emerges with a small yellow box. He opens the box and shows you his father's gun, a chrome revolver. No. Calm. Tell him to put it away. Acting anxious might cause your friend to tease you or egg you on with a gun. He did a dangerous thing by taking the gun out. One or both of you could have been killed. Intellectual sphere increases. Exactly. We are not messing around with a gun. That's at the minimum of what we're going to end up doing. Because I want to know how long it would have taken in that sequence actually before I would have actually ended up being killed, just shot and killed, whatever. Your parents have gone out for the night. You and your two friends are sitting around with nothing much to do. One of your friends asks, what kind of booze do your parents have? God, there's a lot of booze in this right now. Makes me want to drink myself. Bored and ready to experiment, ready to look at your cabinet. You and your friend polish off a bottle of scotch and a bottle of rum. Everyone gets stinking drunk before you pass out. You refill the liquor bottles with water. Your parents come home and see the casualties. Everyone gets in trouble. Warning, this one has a subject of a sexual nature. You're getting dressed one day and there's a small red mark on your penis. Could it be some kind of disease? Oh, this is fantastic. Anxious? Go to the doctor. Nothing is wrong about it, it's just a pimple. I never really had a pimple on my dick. I don't know. Maybe I'm the lucky one then. Anyway. On the back of an old matchbook cover, you see an offer which promises you the possibility of free art scholarship if you can draw Winnie, a cartoon figure of the inside flap. Sure, why not? Your picture is turned with an offer to enroll in a home study course sponsored by the International Institute of Constructural Creative Painting and Art. Tuition is, of course, waived because you are qualified for full scholarship. There is a $499.99 plus state sales tax per applicable fee for tools and materials. Are you interested? No! You really had me worried for a minute. Your tools and materials would have consisted of nothing more than a fancy box of crayons and some drawing pads. No. I figured it was bullshit, but you just want to see what would happen. I'm sorry, but you must have a job to do this with yet. Well, can we get a job? Let's try to get a job. Apply for a job. What kind of job would you like to apply for? Cook in a fast food place, cooking in a drugstore, ticket taker in a movie theater, trucker's helper for a moving firm, assistant in a law office. Let's go with that. I'm sorry, you have the qualifications, but the position has already been filled by someone else. There are regular job openings, so please try again. Apply for a job. Let's try again. Okay, so it's not going to let us do it. We will be a clerk in a drugstore. I'm sorry, you have... God, jeez, no job available, is it? Fine, we'll be a cook in a fast food store. Oh, of course we got that one. Why wouldn't we get the freaking McDonald's job? Now we got a job. In your own opinion, you have been doing a good job at work. Your boss, however, constantly complains about the pickiest things. He never tells you when you have done a good job. When you do something wrong, he really lets you have it, even when you foul up on something easily correctable. To make matters worse, most of the mistakes you make are his fault. Now, he has called you into his office for a discussion. This usually means that you are going to get yelled at for something. Anxious, stick up for yourself. You are intimidated. Your boss only comes down on you harder because he knows you are frightened of him. Whatever. That's not exactly what I wanted, but I probably messed up. No, I did not want that. Sorry. I'm trying to pull up that. There we go. That way I could see that. You are quiet, pensive mood, and your thoughts turn to the subject of religion. Your family's beliefs seem out of step with your own. You wonder about the nature of your existence. Would they understand if you told them about the differences? Curious. Confront your family about that. Your desire to question the meaning of religion, faith, and some of life's larger, more philosophical questions is admirable. This kind of independent thinking stimulates the mind and fuels divergent thought. Your parents can't accept your views. They say you are all wrong, and it doesn't even seem as if they are listening to what you are saying. You think they accept too much of their religion as faith. You are quick to point out several elements of the religion that seem hypocritical. Because your family relationships have been strained in the past, they are reluctant to accept you as an independent, free-thinking person. Of course they are. What's going on with our relationship status over here? Become engaged. Should we become engaged too? Or should we meet someone else? According to your past relationship behavior, you are involved in a steady relationship. Choosing to continue here would mean that you're willing to cheat on your present steady, risk losing her, and suffer the emotional consequences of breakup. Oh, okay, let's see what happens when we cheat. Where would you like to meet this person? Me or home, so it's not in school. Who would you like to meet? Okay, you got the same names here again. That's Ruth McDougal. You've chosen to meet with Ruth. Her characteristics are as follows. She is not very attractive. Well, that's not nice. You're caught trying to weasel away into another relationship. Both girls dump you, now you have no one. Oh, come on. That quickly? It would have taken a little bit. Okay, let's meet someone new. Okay, let's go in school. Let's try Cindy. She is not very attractive. You choose what you believe, and that's the best time she accepts the thing. No, let's break up with that. No. Fine, in school. Let's meet Anne. She is very attractive. She's going to turn us down. No, she accepts. Wow, okay. Go on a date. There's a new guy in school. His name is Chet Clark. He's built like a linebacker and has handsome, rugged good looks. 2 weeks after he arrives at school, he has made every major sports team. A friend informed you that yesterday that Chet asked Anne for a date. How do you feel about this? Angry. On whom are you going to take your anger out at? Chet, what are you going to do? Confront him and tell him he's a lowlife. Beat out, tell him to keep away, or else. Or else what? Threatening him never does any good, especially with a guy that's twice the size, of course. Your temper brought out the bad side in you, and Anne saw it. Perhaps for the first time, she breaks off the relationship with you and begins to go out with Chet. Of course, why wouldn't that happen? Okay, let's meet someone new. In school, let's try Betsy. She's very attractive. Okay. She accepts. We're going out with Betsy now. Go on a date with her. Betsy has just won an all-expenses-paid trip for two to a fancy ski resort in Vermont. She has invited you to go along with her. There is only one problem. Betsy's parents absolutely refuse to allow their daughter to take an overnight trip with anyone of the opposite sex. What will you do? Convince Betsy that she should tell her parents that she is going with someone else. Convince Betsy to stick up for herself. Have a talk with Betsy's parents. Tell Betsy it's not worth the trouble. She would be able to go on herself. Now, let's have a talk. You've decided to confront them honestly. Betsy's dad appreciates this. He answers you with the same honesty. He doesn't trust you alone in the same room, and he thinks that you two will have sex. You mentioned that if you wanted to have sex with his daughter, it would be much easier to go someplace closer to home, like a local motel. You are proud of yourself for winning points in the logic department. Betsy says, very true, very true. Then he gets a very sinister look on his face and continues, just about the only difference, my friends, is that if you did something like that close to home and I found out about it, I would not be inconvenienced by having to travel far to find you and beat you to a pulp. So did we do anything with the relationship? Go steady with her. You and Betty make a handsome couple. Fantastic. It's time for the junior prom. Are you planning to attend? Yes. Where will you be going? A steady girlfriend, someone I'm currently dating. I have yet to ask anyone, someone I am currently dating. You're going steady with someone. Do you mean to say that you are going with someone other than steady? Someone you plan on having? No. And I can only assume you make an unconscious error by choosing this option, a fruiting slip of the interface. So to speak, I must interpret this as a sign that you never wanted to go to the prom with your steady girlfriend in the first place, which means your relationship. What? Okay, that one just confused the hell. I clearly did not read some of that properly. While you were shopping in town one day, a woman introduces herself as a photographer, tells you that you're very handsome, that she might be able to get you some modeling work. She gives you her card. Interested, visit the woman in the studio. The woman tells you that she has just been given an assignment to shoot some models for a famous men's underwear manufacturer. Would you be willing to pose for the pictures? The pay is $500 per modeling session. Sure, $500? Good, all you have to do is take off all your clothes and have a seat over there. Perfectly comfortable. That kind of calmness is not in your personality. As a result, you try to act calm and collected. Instead of being calm and collected, your posing doesn't work very well. The lady gives you $25 and says, thanks for trying. What an ass. You notice someone stealing an extremely large amount of valuable property from work. Concerned, tell him to stop. He says, mind your own fucking business, and sneers at you. You can tell the boss. The boss asks if you can prove that it is saying, since you have no pictures or discrete evidence. Yeah, this is exactly how work works. It is exactly how things go. This is one of those times when you think the whole world is completely insane. Sometimes it just about is. Exactly. Your best friend since grade school has been looking depressed and confused. He is usually a very happy-go-lucky person, so you really can't understand what could be wrong. Sympathetic concern as to what's wrong. He tells you that there's nothing wrong, but you can see in his face that he's due with the show. Keep pressing him. After much hesitation, he lowers his head and blurts out that he thinks he is gay. He is worried that he tells any friends you would desert him and that he will laugh at. What are you going to feel? Accepting. It is nice to see that you are willing to be supportive. Sympathize and ask him to tell you offer support and suggest professional counseling. This is the most considerate thing you could have done for this young man. Taking on the responsibility of being the sole source of support for him might have made him overly dependent on you. This could put a strain on your friendship, but as a result of your suggestion, your friend learns how to deal with his homosexuality, and the two of you remain close friends. And speaking of that, that's going to wrap up this episode of DOS Time. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, I hope you enjoyed.